Hey everybody, welcome back to Life with Lolo. It is a Monday, so you know what that means. It is time for our recap on 911, the show. So this is season 3, episode 7. It is titled Althena Begins. This episode was pretty interesting. We got to see a little bit of Althena, like how she came to be a cop. We got her background story. And like the future, not the future, in the past episodes or like that, we've seen people's past and how they became, well, got in the position they're in now. So we saw Chimney, we saw Hen, we saw Bobby, and then we're seeing Althena. I think we saw somebody else. I'm not 100% sure though. But Maddie. We saw like how her relationship was with her ex-husband and stuff like that, how she got to LA. So we saw we see a glimpse of everybody's past and how they got here today. So today's was Althena's time. So anyway, the episode starts with Althena, May, Bobby, all the family at the table drilling May's new boyfriend. So they asked him all the hard questions. He was like extremely uncomfortable. He was nervous, he was sweating. He was about to poop on himself or throw up at the same damn time. I don't know. But he got saved by the bell because somebody rung the bell. And then May was like, "Oh, we got to get up. We got to go to the movies. We got to get in this long line." It was like, the movie don't start till 9. It's 7:30. Like, why is you leaving so early? So she was like, we got to go. We got to get in the line. By the time we park, we got to do this and blah, blah, blah. So Elaine, Althena's boss, she at the door. And she tells Althena that they found the gun that shot Emmett. So when she said Emmett's name, Bobby was like, "Who's Emmett?" And then not Harry, Michael was like, "I don't know who Emmett is. Who's Emmett?" And then the little boy, I think his name Harry or whatever, he was like, "Who's Emmett?" So everybody was asking, and then Althena finally turned around and was like, "My ex fiance," and they was like, "What?" Like that was their face. That was their face was stuck like that. So next scene we see Althena, she downtown with Elaine, the boss, and the boss was like, or the supervisor, whatever, chief. She was like, "I'm sorry, I ain't know. Next time I find something, I'll just call." Blah blah blah. She was like, "No worries, I ain't thinking about this case, or thought to bring up this case in about 20 years or whatever like that." And they said Elaine said that they found the gun on like this 19-year-old kid, and she don't think that of course, he's not old enough to have killed Emmett back then. He'd have been what? No, he wouldn't even been born because the thing case was what, over 20 years, over 30 years, over 30 years. So they was like, they don't think he did the shooting, but he got the gun, so they found the gun and stuff like that. So next thing they flash back to 1989. I was like, "Ooh," I like the music they was playing too. But we see Althena and her friends, they walking, they on a college campus. Althena got the Delta shirt on, and they just talking, and they was picking up flowers, not flowers, flyers from different booths and stuff like that, because they was recruiting different things and stuff like that. So a cop, he stopped the girls. He started talking to them, asking if they was interested in joining the police squad and stuff like that. And they was like, "No, we gonna be lawyers, and people hate cops more than they hate lawyers, and we not trying to be hated," and blah blah blah. But he flirting big time with Althena. She giving him the googly eyes, he giving her the googly eyes and stuff like that. So he wrote down his number and gave it to her, but just kind of like, "If you want to join the force type thing, just hit me up" type thing. So we see Althena, she had, I don't know if it was her apartment or something, but she was there with her mom, and they talking. The mom lives in Florida, I wanted to say, and so it's like way different distance and stuff. And Althena was saying how they missed them and all the other stuff. And then the mom had told her about like this lady who died after her daughter had got kidnapped or like that. And you can see the wheels turning in Althena's head on becoming a cop. So next thing we see, she talking to Emmett, the guy, the cop. that passed her the number, and they're talking in a diner, and he telling her about the force and how it's not that many women and not a lot of colored people. And I said colored, but I think that's what did he say colored or did he say black? I don't know. Whatever, black, colored people or like that. I sounded so dated when I said colored. I think that's what he said though. I'm not 100% sure, but he tells her about that, and then she was falling in love pretty much with him, and we see then they flash forward. So then we see Althena and Hen, and Althena is telling Hen about Emmett and why she kept it a secret and how it was hard for her to talk about it and all this other stuff, and that she told Bobby and everybody else that she wouldn't get involved with the case. But we know Althena, you know she's gonna get involved. And Hen was pretty much like, they ain't never stopped you before. People telling you not to do something, they ain't never stopped you before. So we see her, she down at the dang on police precinct talking to Emmett's old partner. And she act like she was giving him some coffee and stuff like that, and he's going to sip the coffee ain't got no sugar. So he was like, she was like, oh, I'm so sorry, you like sugar. So he went to go get the sugar. While he gone in this like little time, she and then printed out some paperwork, I guess the person's address on a gun and all this other stuff, where the gun came from. And she get that information, and then she sat back in the chair, and then he came back with his, I said, damn, she's slick and fast. So then she was like, oh, I gotta go get the kids. I'll be back. I gotta go. Good luck with everything. Let me know if anything touch base and stuff like that. And he was like, all right, if anything happened, I'll let you know. So she dip out. And then we see young Althena. She, was she a cop at this time? Yeah, she was a cop at this time. She had passed and everything like that. She had a little badge on. They was assigning her with another guy. At first, the dude was kind of rude. He was kind of like, women don't want to do nothing but get pregnant, get married, have kids, have a family, and they not really serious about the job and all this other stuff. He said he had like 3 female partners and they all left and all this other stuff. So he had abandonment issues, and he was like real rude and kind of on her case of like that. So he they were just showing like little clips, or not clips, but you know how they just show stuff that happens but you're not really like sitting down talking. So she was like chasing this bad guy. He driving up. He hit the bad guy with the car. Next we see they in the police precinct. He blaming her for the dents in the car. The chief yelling at her. And then next we see she was locking up some dude. The partner was this white guy. He was just on the back at the cars, just standing there watching her. He thought that she was going to get taken down by this guy because the dude was big, and Althena, like young Althena, was small. Like older Althena, not that big, but she got a lot of body at the bottom. But she was smaller then, and so he thought she was going to get taken down. The dude tried to swing on her. She took him down real quick, and so he was like, oh, okay. And then so you could see their bond was kind of like gelling or whatever like that. And then they bringing in the new year, the precinct. Althena and her partner, they in there bringing in some drunk people and stuff. It was crazy. But anyway, they had like this little bond. So you could tell they was getting closer together. So he kind of ate his words, what he said in the beginning. What happened? Oh, so then we see Althena and Emmett. And I don't know. I think they might have been living together. I think they was living together, and they was about to go out to dinner, and they were going to be late or whatever. I don't know if they had just finished doing some bow chicky wow because they was getting dressed, or they just came back from work and they was getting dressed. I don't know, but he was like they was going to be late. She was like, we can order some pizza, and he was trying to look for the phone, so she went on the bed and looked for the phone and found the engagement ring. So that's when because he was going to invite her. He was going to propose to her over dinner or whatever like that, but he didn't get a chance to. So he just proposed to her there. Of course, she said yes. What happened? Then fast forward. So this is present time. Then we see Althena, and she's in her backyard. The partner of Emmett's, he like, yo, by the time I went out to get coffee, you got all the information and stuff. And she was just like, look, I needed to find out. I need to do this. I got to get this person. Like, this is something I need to do. And he was like, look, I don't want you to get in trouble. And she was like, look, you're not going to lose your job. I'm not going to lose my job. I just need to find this guy. So then he finally handed her over all the documents, the information that he found on the gun, on the case, like, period, or whatever like that. So what happened? Let's see. Oh, so then Bobby was coming in with pizza. So he was like, well, so then the partner had left. And then he was like, what's going on? Or whatever like that. And she was like, I gotta do this. I gotta find who killed him. I got to do this. Like, you don't understand. Like, you understand that you can understand my loss, because of course Bobby had lost people too. But she was like, you don't understand my struggle. And he was like, but I'm worried about you. I don't want anything to happen. She was like, I'm not worried about nothing. I need to do this. I gotta find this, and like that. And he was like, why do it gotta be you though? Why do it have to be you? And she was like, you don't understand. It was my fault. He got killed. So of course it was like dun dun dun, like that or whatever like that. But I kind of knew it wasn't gonna be like she killed them, or set him up or something like that. I knew it was gonna be something simple, which it was pretty much. It really wasn't her fault. So anyway. Next we see Bobby and Mike. They out there talking on the back porch. Mike is drunk, okay? He is gone. He fussing, and Bobby was like, I shouldn't be mad at her because, she need to do this, but I'm just worried. And Mike was like, you need to be worried, And he was like, well, and Bobby was trying to like be positive, and Mike was like, no, we done spilled our life out to her. I told my story, you done told your story, and she just holding shit in. So he was hitting that bottle. He was like, look, he was hitting that bottle hard. And then Bobby was like, yeah, we did, but she forgave us. And he was like, well, I'm going to forgive her too. Right after I finished this bottle. I was cracking up. So then May came there and said she cleaned out the spare room for him. And he was like, what you do that for? And so Bobby was like, so you can finish that bottle. So you don't go nowhere after you finish that bottle. He was like, see? Treated like a guest in my own house type thing. So that was a cute little moment. And then Bobby had so May was like, look, we can call her back here, tell her I'm injured and blah blah blah. She'll come rushing back, because they didn't know where she was. She hadn't checked in or nothing. Of course Bobby was worried, but Bobby was like, don't do that, I got a plan. So he left, and then next we see like a little flash with Althena and her partner in the car. And it looked like he was about to do some shady stuff, but it really wasn't. I don't think it was, because they never really showed him again or whatever like that, as far as any more scenes with the partner and stuff. So I don't think he was doing nothing shady, but he was like, he called in something saying that they was outside the car and blah blah blah, but they really weren't. They were looking at bad guys and stuff. So it was just showing how he was giving her tips on what to do to find a criminal type thing. So she went to the pawn shop where the gun was pawned. They had a fingerprint of some lady who pawned the gun. And then Althena went to her place and asked for her boyfriend. The girl was like, which one? I was like, damn, girl. Okay. So the gun, they ain't know nothing about the gun. She was following all these leads. Like it was just crazy. She was like the cousin's aunt, sister's brother, aunt, sister. Like, it was crazy. All these places she had went, and then she found this guy. Then the guy, he was like, he did a favor for a single mother. Then she had the gun, but then she gave the gun to somebody else because one of her kids got in the damn safe and shot something. Who knows what the fuck they shot? Because she ain't never say what they shot. So then he found the gun in an abandoned hotel room. So she had some kind of lead, but the hotel was demolished. So like they couldn't really get nothing really from that. So what was it? So then we go back to Bobby and them. They cooking dinner and stuff like that. And Althena finally comes home, and Bobby had called Althena mama. So she was like, they didn't call my goddamn. That's how she was looking, like, you didn't call my mama on me. So they outside on the back, and Althena mom and Althena, they out there talking. And she was like, you can't be too hard on Bobby. Like, he was concerned about you. And I think it was like, well, you're taking up for him? Like, this is a start or a first or whatever. And so then she was kind of like, I don't understand. I don't know how to tell my family. I don't know how to tell my family about Emmett. I never told them about him. And it's my fault. So she putting all this blame on her for his death. And it don't really have nothing to do with her. Like, she ain't kill him. Like, it's not her fault. So the mom was like, it's not your fault. And he would know that if he went out there because he loved you. That's why he was at that store or whatever like that. It wasn't because of anything else. He went out there because he loved you. And if it was the other way around, he knew that you would take the bullet from him or whatever like that. So she was like, well, I don't even know where to start to tell them about him. So then the mom had like a folder, like developed pictures and stuff like that. So Athena went in there. She showed the pictures of Emmett, and like, I guess she told the story. They didn't really show that part, but so she showed the picture, and then Bobby and everybody. Oh, and then the mom's so fucking shady. So she was like, she looking at the picture. Oh shit! Oh Lord, y'all. Oh, that was horrible. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not finna edit this video. So y'all go ahead and save that fall. That was horrible. But anyway, she looking at the picture. And she was like, the son-in-law I never had. Or the son I never had. They was like, Bobby and Michael was looking like, the fuck? Like, we was just sitting here. And then Harry talking about some, I would have had a whole different daddy or something. So it was like, wait. And Althea had to clear it up and was like, no, it would have been like a whole, that's not how it works, son. So then she thanked everybody for being in her life and being a part of her life. And she was happy for the life that she had now. Because they was all looking like, what the fuck? So anyway, Bobby gave his well wishes on her and told her to be safe. And he was supportive of her finding the shooter or whatever like that. So next we see Althena. She asking Maddie for help because she figured that there had to be like some 911 call in that area or whatever like that. And so they don't have the calls on record, but they got it filed down. So I guess they keep it on the in paper form about the not shootings, the calls and stuff like that. So they had like over 2,000 calls. So the man had sent up the stuff. Child, it was all these boxes, like boxes upon boxes. So they was just like, we just going to meet in the middle, go through all these boxes, just meet in the middle until we find something. So they finally found something. And it was a call on, I think she said February 7th or 17th. 2 calls. One was a shooting. And then the other one was an overdose. So both were connected because I'm assuming that the shooting was Emmett and then the overdose was the shooter or whatever like that. So she said she thought she found them, which she did. So then we see what happened, and we see Emmett. He is calling Althena, and he's saying that he's gonna pick up Chinese food or like that. And she was like, oh, before you come home from the Chinese place, I need you to get some cream for mom's coffee because I forgot to buy some or whatever like that. And so he was like, all right, no problem, babe, I got you. So we see her, she trying on a wedding dress. I guess it was her mom's, and her mom was trying to fit it to her or whatever like that. So they like, he was supposed to be home like a long time ago. So she like, he should have been home or like that. So then when she said that, they got a phone call. Called him down to the convenience store. He lay out on the ground, dead, with a bullet hole in his chest, blood all over the place. Althena just standing there, she crying. So then we see present Althena, and she just staring. She in the same convenience store. She just staring at the floor. Then we see her at this house. So she go knocking on the door at this house, and the little boy comes to the door. The dad come up behind them, and she was like, I'm LAPD or like that. And so the guy was like, well, which one of my kids is in trouble? And I was like, what kind of shit? What kind of kids is you got? So he was like, he worked with what what did he say? He worked with at-risk kids or whatever like that. So he just assumed one of his at-risk kids were in trouble and stuff like that. And she was like, I'm not here for that. I'm here for what happened in 1991 on this time or whatever. And so he just opened up the door and let her walk in. And then we see like all these awards, we see his family pictures and all this other stuff. And he she tells him why he there. Oh no. So then he said he remember because he got the wanted picture. What is the damn? It's like the sketch. You know when they get the sketch. So he looking at the picture. He was like, I remember when this came out. I was scared that somebody would find me. I was on the run for months. Just scared that somebody would recognize me and I would go to jail and stuff like that. And she looking like like who cares? Like or whatever. And he was like he just thought people was gonna be knocking down his door because he shot a cop. So he ain't know. He thought that they was gonna be there. Oh, excuse me, y'all. And so he like, oh, you must be her. And he was like, Emmett Carter Lee. No, that wasn't his name. That was not his last name. I can't remember. But we're going to say Carter today. Emmett Carter leaves behind a mother and a fiance or whatever like that. And she was like, I'm supposed to feel some type of way because you memorized his obituary? Like, yo, like you was really like, she was really getting mad. And he was like, no, I just wanted you to know that I never forgot him in 30 years. He's always been on my mind and blah, blah, blah. And he was pretty much like, she was like, I'm not here for, because he thought like other cops was going to be there. She was like, I'm not here for them. I'm here for answers. I'm here for your knowledge. You need to tell me what happened at night. So then he tells her how he was high out his mind. He went to the convenience store. He had a gun and the convenience store had money. So he thought he was going to rob him. So then they showed a clip where he breaking the thing. He holding a gun at the convenience store worker. And then Emmett came out, I guess he came from the back or the side or like that, and he shot. He didn't even realize the gun had went off, and then he dipped out, went back to the hotel room, got high. Next thing he know, 4 days later, he was told that he was in a hospital, and he was told he wasn't told. He figured, I guess it was on the news, he figured out that he shot a cop or whatever like that. So he was on the run, he was high and for 4 months, and he said that he figured that when he woke up, it was God's second chance, a life for him or whatever like that. So he started going to church, he got clean, he started doing stuff for the community, like being this better person, like because he think God gave him like a second chance at life. And she was pretty much like, look, you thought that you was hiding for months. Like we was grieving for years. Like you took a lot from us. You came in like a wrecking ball and just ruined my life, his mother life, his friend's life, everybody's life because you was high. Like you talking about you changed your life. Like Emmett would have liked that. He would have loved the things that you did for yourself, and because he believed in second chances, but you built your life on the back of a dead man, and that is something I cannot forgive. I said, you better. So he was saying that that she carried his burden for all this time, and he was ready to put it on him. So next we see, we saw, I guess Althena at one point, we back to young Althena, she was going to quit the force after Emmett died or whatever like that. So when she was looking at the not Emmett Till, oh my goodness, Emmett, Lord have mercy, Rodney King getting beat up or whatever like that. And so she was going to move back to her mom, with her mom or whatever like that. And she was like, I can't do that because these cops out here think that this is right and that's not right. And so she basically wanted to change the world, change how cops did black people and all this other stuff. Okay. But I was just like, okay, Althena. But anyway, next we see the man. He hugging the family, they crying and all this other stuff. And then at first I was like, is Althena rethinking stuff? Because like she kept looking around at the man's family pictures and all this other stuff. But I guess it was just all sinking in, like this was actually happening. And so they go down to the precinct. All the cops are standing around just watching him come in. Like, finally, we got him type thing. She hands him off to the partner. He signs a statement. And I don't know. That's all. Like, of course, he getting locked up or like that. He going to jail. So Althena left. The cops was like congratulating her and stuff like that. And then we saw like a picture of Emmett's a picture of Emmett's. We saw Emmett's picture on the wall of fallen police officers or whatever like that. And so then she comes back and so then she goes to Emmett's mom's house, and then they show two scenes of young Althena and present Althena, and we see young Althena telling the mom that Emmett died or got shot. So we see her crying, and then we see present Althena, and she's telling Emmett. At first, Emmett's mom ain't recognize her, and then she did. And then she was telling her, we got him. We caught the guy who did it. So then she's crying. So now it's like tears of joy and still like a little pain or whatever like that. And then we see Althena finally make it back home to Bobby. And she was like, I did it. I got him. And next thing you know, she was taking her badge off, and then she just broke down and cried. I was just like, oh my God. And then Bobby just held her up and was just holding her and stuff like that. And then it went off. Like I said, it was a good episode because it helped us look at Althena a little bit more and see like her past and see why she became a cop type thing. Because was it last week? When no, it was the week before, because last week was Halloween. So the week before, when they was like questioning her why she wanted to be a cop. So then we see now why she wanted to do that. So I guess it tied it all together. Next week, I want to know why him was crying. What y'all think? Oh, I hope ain't nothing happened to the baby or Karen. I think that's her name. Yep. I hope ain't nothing happened to them. Oh, I can't wait, y'all. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this review. And it probably won't be posted until like late because YouTube be taking forever to upload my videos. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.